All right, hello, I'm Josh Elliott for Narcity, and I'm with...
Ashna Bharkhada.
And we are on the red carpet for Gonzo Girl. It actually starts in about 15 minutes. Things are a little chaotic around here. We've had Willem Dafoe, Patricia Arquette, and Cami Morrone show up. They're here. You can probably hear a little bit of people going crazy because they are here. And we were just hoping to get a moment with all three of them. So we'll see what happens, but you'll be with us along the way.
You know, it's the TIFF day one. TIFF started today. This is Narcity's first red carpet. We're really excited, but a lot's going to happen for the next 11 days. I'm pretty excited. How about you, Josh?
Oh yeah, we've got well over a dozen red carpets planned. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to try to go live around this time every night, so we'll be able to bring you right to the red carpet and show you everything that's going on. And it's exciting. We've got Cami Morrone right around the corner. People are very, very into it. And they've already taken their photos, Patricia Arquette, Willem Dafoe, and the rest of the cast. And they'll be making their way down here. The screening starts in probably about 10 minutes, so we'll see if we get a moment with them. We may or may not, but it's just cool to be here and see this happen.
You can see the beautiful black dress that she's wearing. And actually, we were saying she looks pretty tall. We didn't realize how tall she was going to be, but she's a model.
Quite tall.
Yeah,
it
she's
makes
a
sense.
model, so it makes sense. I mean, a lot of people are definitely looking forward to this film. Her skills and her acting in Daisy Jones and the Six, I know she gained a lot of fame from that.
Oh yeah, that's been her big role lately, but you know, she said a couple of years ago after the modeling thing, she was like, I want to get more into acting. I want to focus on acting. So this is really the big thrust of that. I know she's got another film in the works and obviously had Daisy Jones and the Six, so you know, this is a dawn of a new Marone.
And she has a pretty famous uncle that she can look up to, correct?
Yeah, she actually, her godfather pretty good godfather, if you ask me. But yeah, she was raised with him for several years and still counts him as a very close friend. So, you know, she comes from a family of acting, essentially. And she knows her way around the business. She's only, what, 25, 26?
She's very young. And actually, I saw an interview with her, and she said she had a really bad taste in her mouth about acting growing up. You know, she saw her parents struggle. She saw other actors struggle growing up in California. So it wasn't actually her first choice to become an actress. She always wanted to, but she kind of said, no, I'm not going to. She got into modeling. But I guess, you know, she's found her path.
Yes, and really interested to see this film. Obviously, Gonzo Girl, if you're familiar with Hunter S. Thompson, it's based on that. Of course, Hunter S. Thompson is the founder of the Gonzo journalism movement. You may remember Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the hat, the fisherman's hat. This is based on his life, the end of his life, and Willem Dafoe plays a very old version of Hunter S. Thompson, but not. He's got a different name. And it's about, really, Cami will play his assistant who's just trying to get his last works over the finish line and deal with all of the chaos going on in his life at that time. So,
well, because he did have, you know, a drug addiction, alcohol addiction, he wasn't really able to put words down on paper, so she was able to assist him in doing that, right? And this is what Gonzo Girl is about, is her experience working with him. And of course, this is the directorial debut for Patricia Arquette. A lot of fans out there. You know, if you've ever been to TIFF before, you'll know that King Street West is packed with people hoping to see their favorite stars. And Patricia Arquette, you know, seasoned in the business. As soon as she came out, people were yelling, Patricia, Patricia. So, you know, a lot of people looking to see some big names. Okay, perfect. So we will get to speak to some of the actors today. Super exciting. I think Camila's coming down first, right? Or Cami.
it looks like Patricia's coming first. So that would be our actor-director. This is her directing debut. You may know her from so many other things. She won an Oscar. She was in Severance recently. You may have seen that, where she's the boss. Excellent movie. But this is, you know, her first crack at directing, and it'll be really interesting to hear from her about making that switch. You know, she's been in it for decades. What do you learn on the backside of things? What do you learn, you know, as an actor who's been through it so many times, when you finally get to be on the other side of it and turn it around and tell people what to do and try to maybe do it better than others who've done it before you.
And what I'm also curious about is why this story? You know, what did she find interesting about this story, or what was her creative vision when she heard this story and how it was going to be told?
Yes, and of course it's based on the book of the same name, Gonzo Girl.
Yeah.
And there's such a cult following around Hunter S. Thompson. I can tell you, if you've ever been in an English class in university, there's always one guy who's really into Hunter S. Thompson, and he will tell you about it any chance he gets. So there will be a built-in audience for this. No offense if you are a fan. Obviously, there's a reason why. Not just if you're in Loathing in Las Vegas, but the Kentucky Derby is decadent and depraved. That was his other big thing. So he was a really interesting guy. We're not going to go Gonzo here. It could be interesting, but I don't think we're going to do that. We've got Patricia Arquette coming. It looks like we may get our chance. So yeah, we're getting excited here.
So on the red carpet for Gonzo Girl, 48th Toronto International Film Festival, we're just being told that talent is walking down slowly. The movie starts in about 8 minutes, so it's going to be a quick one for us, but hopefully, there we go, Willem Dafoe is walking towards us.
Patricia is coming down now.
What a legend.
Here we go. Patricia is getting close here. We're going to get our first chat with her. Caught a glimpse of Willem, seen Cami, so they're all here. We are getting tight for time, so we may get a quick hi-bye or a word or two, but it'd be nice to talk to all of them. Of course, Willem Dafoe, the Green Goblin himself. He's always intense. He's always so fantastic in everything he's been in. Loved him in Florida Project. He goes way back to Platoon. That iconic image of the guy getting shot in the back, that was him. Just such a legend, and we're going to get a chance to speak to him here, hopefully. This is what it's like on every red carpet. It's flying by the seat of your pants, trying to make it up as you go a little bit. Time always changes. But it looks like we're going to get our shot here. We're going to share the space with Cineplex and have a chat with Patricia Arquette.
We'll be talking to Patricia in just a few moments. The film starts very soon, so we'll be able to get one question in.
So we've got a moment here. We're going to get a chance to chat with her, but as we wait, maybe pop in the comments. Let us know what you want us to ask her, because we're going to get a chance to speak with her, of course, Camila Morrone, and Willem Dafoe. So get your questions in now. We'll see if we can get our questions in when we can do a little scrum here. Of course, it's a muggy and potentially rainy.
Oh, it's great. She bought me a stuffed animal today. A little alpaca.
Hello, Willem. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So I'm going to start by asking you, Hunter S. Thompson, such a legend. I'm something of a journalist myself. I know that he's a big deal in that community, and you get to play him, but a fictionalized version of him.
Right.
How did you find space to insert yourself, be creative with that, and kind of take it in your own direction while not just doing the guy?
Right. Well, this is a character that is inspired by Hunter Thompson. It's not a caricature. It doesn't represent who Hunter Thompson is. And from the get-go, we knew we didn't want to do imitation. We wanted something else. I mean, so much. The beauty of film is discovery. It's not just about presenting something that we recognize. If you want to see Hunter Thompson speak, there's still videos. Watch those. This is something else. We're making something that we try to honor and respect the source, but we're making something else that's inspired by him. So you do your research, you try to be true, but you also leave room open for discovery and adventure.
Willem, what was it like being directed by Patricia Arquette?
Fantastic. I mean, she's an actress for many years, and she's worked with some great directors, and she's given some great performances. And just doesn't always happen, but she's a very good human being, and that bleeds into how she deals with everybody and all the production problems, and so she's really. This is her first feature, but she was fantastic. I really enjoyed working with her, and she really protects actors. She gives them fun things to do, and yeah, I'm in good hands with her.
Well, I just gotta take him away. So sorry, guys.
What's it like to be back in Toronto?
What's the name of the city we're in?
Hey guys, we have Patricia here for you
Oh, okay. All right.
and your daughter.
This is Harlow Jane, my daughter.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What was it about this story that made you want to direct it?
Well, it's inspired by this time that the writer Cheryl Pietro worked for Hunter S. Thompson. He was like one of the most influential writers for me growing up, and just even though it's not really about Hunter, it's inspired by that world, that wild world that's kind of missing, that wild kind of person, an artist as they get older, and who are you when you examine your life, and that the world still wants you to be this something you once were, you know? You're trapped by your own success, but you enjoy the fruits of it, but you want to break out as an artist, but they're not giving you the space. All of these kind of themes, and then addiction and codependence and wildness and coming alive, and also it's a coming of age story for this young woman in this really wild world.
It's okay. What's it like to be back in Toronto? What's it like to be here?
Great, it's so great.
What do you like
Great
about the city?
It's not to like, I mean, the people are awesome, you love film, great culture, museums. This is a great city, no doubt about it.
If you could have one day in the city, no one recognizes you, could do whatever you want, what would that be?
I'm wandering around for 3 days, or 2 days, I'm doing what I want. I live my life the way I want, always.
Thank you.
How do you pronounce the name of the city we're in?
Toronto?
One more time.
Toronto!
Toronto. Hey, exactly.
Can we all do like a group 2 questions for Cami because then we gotta get inside.
All right, we're just waiting for Camila Morrone here. It's been great. We already got to ask Patricia Arquette, how do you say Toronto? Toronto. You're going to hear that a few more times on our streams. It really tells you who knows the city and who can talk about it like a local. I did love that her daughter corrected her. Apparently she's been kicking around the city for a couple days now and has been going incognito, which is pretty fun. And of course it was really fun to talk with Willem Dafoe, as I said, the Green Goblin himself.
Sorry, we're gonna do this one.
Back in Toronto.
Great, I'm always happy to do it.
Cami, this one was. Can we just get you down here? Okay, we're gonna do. This is the last one. We can do 2 questions for the group.
Great.
Hi, Kenny. How are you?
Good. I'm great. Thank you.
I'm good. Listen, you know, you mentioned before about this film that you guys jumped right into it. You got into the most intense scenes of Willem, and you really found your footing that way. What was that like? What was there a moment that really, like, everything clicked for you?
God, I don't know if there's a moment that everything ever really clicks for you on set. You know, you always wish you could have done something different and kick yourself when you're done with the scene. But every single moment in this process was an important moment for me. You know, I'm one of the younger ones on set working with people who are masters at their craft and have been doing this for a very long time, and they're much more experienced than I am. So I just wanted to sit back and learn and absorb as much as I could from these legends.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Down there.
Have you been to Toronto before in the past?
I've never been to Toronto.
What are your first impressions?
I love it. I already had some coffee, but I'm looking for a Tim Hortons. I need to find that.
Thank you so much, guys.
That's quite a few.
Thank you so much, guys.
Good night.
Alrighty.
All right, so that was it. It was fun though. We got a chance right in there.
So much just happened. I almost forgot that we were live, but how could I forget? Day one of TIFF. I mean, what a success. Josh was able to ask some great questions to the whole cast. Patricia seemed very happy and excited for her directorial debut. What do you think?
Oh yeah, and how cute that she's got her daughter along with her. And her daughter knows Toronto better than anybody else, it seems. So that was really cool. Of course, we got our question in with, how do you pronounce Toronto? And Cami hit the T, the second T, a little too hard. So really interesting though. What did you think?
I mean, I think it's great. I think all red carpets are really fun, lots of energy. But to see Cami, and you know, I'm really excited to see what she's gonna do. She looks like she has a very bright career ahead. But you know what? I think it's starting to rain. We might have to wrap this up onto our next red carpet, right, Josh?
That's right, and we're going to have so much coming to you tomorrow. We are going to start, Ashna is actually going to be there, around 2 with Nickelback. Hate to Love, I think the film is called,
Yes.
And really that's the most Canadian thing ever with those guys. Nickelback, we're going to be at Backspot, with Elliott Page as the executive producer of that one. We're going to be at Queen of My Dreams, which is a really interesting Canadian Bollywood mashup film. So I'm excited for that as well.
And we're going to be going live again tomorrow for The Dead Don't Hurt with Viggo Mortensen.
Mortensen,
Mortensen,
that's
sorry.
Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Our other reporter, Madeline, is extremely excited to speak to him. So make sure to stay tuned on Narcity's YouTube channel for that live tomorrow at around 6 o'clock.
Thanks for joining us tonight. It was a little hairy at some points, but I think we had a great time, and we're really glad you were here with us.
All right, with Narcity Canada, I'm Ashna Bharkhada.
And I'm Josh Elliott.
Have a
We'll
great
talk
night,
to you
everyone.
tomorrow.